Hello, dear reader. It is good to have you here. I hope you are doing well and that so far this book has been giving you the space to reflect, understand yourself, and move forward at your own pace. So tell me, what did you write in today's exercise? What is the one thing you would like to change, begin, or develop in your life? And perhaps more importantly, do you feel that you genuinely want it? Or does it feel like something you should want? Maybe you are not sure. That is perfectly fine. Most of our desires are mixed. We want things for many different reasons. Because they would make us happy. Because we need them. Because we are curious. Because other people value them. Because they would make us proud. Because they would make other people proud. And sometimes because our ideal ego tells us that becoming that person would finally make us good enough. The goal is not to have perfectly pure desires. That would probably become another impossible demand. The goal is simply to understand a little better what is guiding you. There is something important I want you to remember. Being good enough does not mean giving up. It does not mean that everything in your life is fine. It does not mean that you should stop growing, dreaming, or trying to change things. It simply means that change no longer has to begin with the rejection of who you are. Your ideal ego says, become better, and then you will finally be allowed to feel good enough. Reality says something very different. You are already here. You are already alive. So the question is no longer, how can I become a better version of myself? But, what would make the life I am already living a little better? There is another reason why this matters. Real change can only begin in the present. You cannot act in your childhood, and you cannot act in an imagined future. The only place where you can actually do anything is here, with your actual life, your actual needs, your actual limits, and the abilities you already have. This is why in the first part of the exercise I asked you to remember something you had already accomplished. Your ideal ego imagines the abilities you should have. Reality shows you the abilities you have already demonstrated. Think again about the moment you wrote down. You did not imagine it. It happened. You were there. And whatever allowed you to do it, your courage, your patience, your curiosity, your persistence, your ability to ask for help or something else, already exists. Perhaps not all the time, perhaps not perfectly, but it exists. Now think again about the change you wrote down. Do not ask yourself whether achieving it would make you a better person. Ask yourself something simpler. Would it make your actual life better? Would it respond to something you genuinely need? Would it bring more rest, more connection, more freedom, more pleasure, more meaning? Would it help you become more present in your own life? Would it bring you closer to other people? Or would it simply give your ideal ego another achievement to chase? And then ask yourself one final question. Can I begin with the person I already am? Your ideal ego loves dramatic transformations. It loves the idea that one day everything will change. You will become disciplined, confident, successful, strong. And then finally, your real life will begin. But reality rarely changes like that. Reality changes through small actions. Actions taken by the person you already are, with the time you actually have, the energy you actually have, the abilities you already have, and the life you're actually living. So look again at what you wrote. You do not need to abandon your ambition. You do not need to stop wanting things. And you certainly do not need to stop growing. You simply need to stop treating the person you are today as an obstacle standing between you and the person you should become. You are not the obstacle. You are the starting point. Look at what you already have. Look at what you genuinely need. Look at what you have already shown yourself you can do. And then take one small step from there, not toward a better version of yourself, toward a life that feels more like your own. That is all for today, dear reader. I hope you will carry these questions with you for the rest of the day. Not to find the perfect answers, but simply to notice what feels true for you. Tomorrow, we will look more closely at reality, how to reconnect with it, how to find the resources it already contains, and how to use them to keep moving forward in a way that feels more aligned with who you are. Until then, take care of yourself. I'll be here tomorrow.